like me better when I'm with you.
Hey, what is up guys? In today's video is how to make a naturalistic hamster enclosure. Now, my cage I would say is naturalistic, so let's get into the video. And there's line blaze for you. So the first thing you would want to put in is some wooden objects. You could buy them off the internet, or you could go outside and find aspen, applewood, willow, all those safe kinds of woods for hamsters, and make sure to boil them in hot water and then clean them off with a scrubber, and you're done. And you just have to put them in your cage. And then yeah, those are wood. You could put wood is a huge part of naturalistic enclosure. Lion Blaze, are you going to go back to bed? Are you going to go back to bed? No? Okay. He wants to be the star of the video. Okay. I scared him. So the second thing I would put in is a sand bath. Now, I do not have any sand in this sand bath yet, because I have not ordered any offline, or we have not went to go buy some from PetSmart or Petsco, whatever pet store there is. So yeah, and so that's another part of a naturalistic enclosure is a sand bath. So that way your hamster has another thing to clean itself with other than just bathing itself and cleaning itself. So that's another big part of a naturalistic enclosure. Another big part of a naturalistic enclosure is rocks. Now you could just find random rocks outside and just get soap and really hot water and start scrubbing them to where there is no more dirt on them at all. So yeah. So you could also use rocks. And so now the food. So right here he has gotten some bedding in his water dish. But if you want a naturalistic enclosure, I would go for a water bowl instead of a water bottle, just because it's more natural for your hamster to do things. What is he doing? Okay, he went back to bed. Okay. And yeah. So that's also a big part of a naturalistic enclosure. Again, you don't have to do this, but it's something natural for your hamster to do. Now, another thing with food is a really, 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 really big part of naturalistic enclosures are foraging. Now, this is easily done by taking your hamster's feed mix and sprinkling it all over the cage. Like this, perhaps. I just sprinkle it all over the cage. He takes it in his burrow and starts eating. That gives them natural stimulation, so that way they could forage and do natural behaviors. So that is another big part of naturalistic enclosures. If you want to take it to the next level, you could also buy sprays. You could buy mallet sprays, flax sprays, oat sprays, wheat sprays, all kinds of different sprays. And if you want to make it even more naturally, you could also include herbs. Now, I have a bucket of herbs. You could add chamomile, rose petals, and some other ones that I do not know off the top of my head. But you could easily buy them off of Exotic Nutrition. They have them there, and that's where I buy my herbs. And you could also sometimes go into Walmart and they're selling things of herbs. That's where I most of the time go for herbs. But yeah. So I just have a food dish in here, so that way any of the extras I could put in there. So yeah. And another thing naturalistic is a proper size wheel. Now I'm using the Wodent wheel. As you could see, it has Wodent wheel right there. It is one of the more natural coloring ones, and you could buy it in a proper size. So yeah, that is just what you could do. So mine's an 11-inch wheel, not perfect for a Syrian, but really good for a Syrian. 12-inch is the best you could go, but I found this wheel for 30 bucks, and the 12-inch was 38 bucks. So I just went for an 11-inch wheel. So yeah. Oh, and another thing is the hide. You could also use wooden bark as the hide. I got aspen bark, boiled it, scrubbed it down and stuff, and there you go. You could make a hide out of that. So that's where he sleeps. So yeah, that's basically what you could do to make a naturalistic enclosure. So if you want to do even more for your hamster, another way is putting a proper amount of bedding. Now, you already have to do this so that way your hamster could burrow. But right here, I have about 8 to 6 inches of bedding. I still need to go buy some more bedding, so that way it could be a full naturalistic enclosure. So yeah, you could also, it's just so that way it's naturalistic to where they can make burrows underground and start tunneling. Lion Blaze over here, I do not think he knows how to burrow, because when I adopted him, we got him from a breeder, and he was put with a bunch of other Syrians with really low amounts of bedding, like not even an inch, so he never learned how to burrow. But he burrows right here. He just like makes a little gash in the ground. He doesn't tunnel under there. So yeah, that is what you could do to make a naturalistic enclosure. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.